Heritage Television kìyìn o.
Kérésìmesì ọdún ti dé.
Wọ́n ní ká lówó lọ́dún tuntun.
Ọdún olówó ọdún àyàbọ̀.
Ọdún Kérésìmesì o.
Lọ́yà san wá tìletìle.
Ẹ wá gbọ́, àwùjọ níláárí àwùjọ rọ́nà gbégbá o. Nínú ọdún tuntun tó wọlé wa o. Heritage Television ló sọ fún wa o.
Kérésìmesì ọdún ti dé.
Ọdún ti dé o.
Ọdún olówó ọdún àyàbọ̀.
Ọdún ti dé ọdún wọlábọ̀.
Lọ́yà san wá tìletìle.
Ìgbàyà sọ́wọ́ o.
Heritage TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa Nation.
Wow. Good afternoon. Káàsán ẹ̀kú dédé wòye ẹ̀yin mutumo ẹ má bínú pé mo shigele. Kì í shigele mi dem to I'm dressed normally professional and responsible. That is how we dress. I want to say a very good afternoon to everybody who is joining me, who is going to join me, who are going to join me, who are going to share the program, who are going to support the program. I want to say a very good afternoon to all of you. Ekaso ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi níbi kíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń wò mí káàkiri orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáńlá ayé. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi tòní bí ìtàn bí eré bí ọmọdé mẹ́ta ń ṣeré ní nítorí pé ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè mẹ́ta náà gbòógì náà ló wà lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n ń jàjàgbara pé wọn ò fẹ́ síbẹ̀ mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí ò yé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ló pọ̀ jù. Tí ó yẹ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ó pọ̀ ju nǹkan tó yé wa lọ nítorí pé tí a bá ń jàjàgbara pé báà la ṣe fẹ́ rìn a fẹ́ kú olóko ẹrú a fẹ́ wọ oko ẹrú a fẹ́ àṣì báyìí mọ́ báà la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe báà la ṣe fẹ́ rìn peter náà ló yẹ ká kọjú mọ́ tá a bá ń kọjú tó yẹ pé tá a ń lọ bìkan tí gbogbo ajá tó bá ń gbóyàn ní sí tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ́kò sí ní débi tá a ń lọ so ọ̀rọ̀ wà àkókò wà náà bákan náà a ó jọ fi ọ̀rọ̀ jomi tó rọrọ̀ lónìí ohun tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ bí ọjọ́ méjì ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ọdún díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn la ó gbéyẹ̀wò lórí ètò yìí lónìí kí a lè mọ bí tá a ti ń bọ̀ tá a mọ bí tá a ti ń bọ̀ a mọ bí tá a ń lọ tá a bá dẹ̀ mọ bí tá a ti ń bọ̀ a mọ ohun tó kó wa sí sábàbí àti lásìgbò tá a wà nínú ẹ̀ ní wákàtí yìí. I'm not one of those people that wants to antagonize people because it's not worth it. Jumilo, what has that got to do with our freedom? What has it got to do with our freedom? It's relevant. So anything that's not relevant, it doesn't bother me. I only want to deal with relevant things, and I'm sure most of you want to deal with relevant things. So it doesn't bother me how people do things. It doesn't bother me how people do things. What bothers me is how we can progress. How we can progress. That's the most important thing. And that is what I am for. I'm going to enlighten ourselves. We're going to enlighten ourselves a little bit today because enlightenment makes things better for us. I have a lot of notes here. I have a lot of notes. You see, a lot of notes. I have to put a blank one at the back so that you cannot spy on what I wrote down. I've been sitting down on some adults' footsteps, learning a lot of history. The real problem we're in. How did we get there? The real issue, the big issue, not the issue kiki. I don't think that's appropriate. That daily need is not appropriate. So we want to talk about the real issues, not the lakbalakba one. Ayaboro, it doesn't help us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the program today. I want to say a very big thank you for joining me on this program. Please do me a big favor as you're coming in. Your first step is to share. Share the program. Let people know that it's on. At last, it's on. We tried to push it yesterday. We couldn't push it through. But today, we managed to push it through. And there's nothing that's going to stop us. There's no stopping us now. There's no stopping us. So, lack of knowledge is the biggest problem that is facing us as a race in Yoruba land. Lack of knowledge. You don't want to know. What you know is what you know. What you don't know, what you don't know. When we started this station, it's like 3 children playing as well. Ọmọdé mẹ́ta ń ṣeré náà ní nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n bọ́lá délé ní ibo la ti ń bọ̀, ibo la ń lọ. Kí la gbé dání, kí la jù, kí la gbé tá ń jù, kí la gbé tá ń yan, kí la gbé tá ń mí ẹlẹ́lẹ̀. What are you doing? Are you on the right path? Are you on the wrong path? Do you want to look at history to see what you've done, what you're doing? And what you're going to do next to see whether it's appropriate for this struggle. I'm not a politician. I'm sorry. I'm not a politician. But it's just not on for people to be suffering and for people to just ignore the people, the masses' sufferness. How did we get here? If I haven't greeted you Merry Christmas, I want to say a very Merry Christmas to you in arrears, because it's arrears now. So, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to say Merry Christmas to you guys. Yes, it's like 5 days ago, before the new year turn up. I want to say Merry Christmas to you, and probably Happy New Year in advance. But rest assured, you're still going to see me later on today or tomorrow. I think it's going to be tomorrow now, because this is going to take us a long time. Let's look at some history lesson. About 20,000 years ago, Yoruba people were the sole occupier of Africa. The whole Africa was occupied by Yoruba people. If you want to disprove it, you can. But I can tell you that from reliable source, from information we find out. Yoruba nation were, Yoruba people were the real indigene of African nation. Well, history lesson. So many things happen along the line. They move from one place to the other. They move because there's nobody there. There are Yoruba in southern Kaduna, indigene. I'm not talking about people that migrate there. Indigene. They were there so many years ago. The pyramid that they talk about in Egypt, a Yoruba people's thing. The mummies of Egypt were long discovered in Ijebu. People from the University of Cambridge came to Nigeria to a place called Iwo Eleru. I'm not sure if I pronounced that one properly. 10 kilometers to about 25 kilometers to Akure. They find a bone there in a cave, and the carbon date this bone, woman bone, and they find out the carbon bone, the bone is about 15,000 years old. 15,000. Remember, Christ is only 2,000 years ago. 2020. Oh. So, the carbon date one, this one, and find out that we've been there for so many years. The issues between Fulani and Yoruba, it's over 5,000 years struggle. 5,000 years struggle. What is Jerusalem, I was told. Yes. Yeah. It's not surprised. Some people knows about it. So, maybe that's why they call Jebus, Jerusalem, Jebuside. Jebuside. Is it Jebuside they call it? Yes. Yes. The pyramid. I actually was opportune to see some facts, a lot of facts. And the last, I planned to do this program yesterday, but I couldn't do it. Jebus are the Jews, I was told. My brother. I like that. Okay. There's nothing bad about leadership ambition in life. But when you're doing it in a selfish way, it is very bad. I tried to get involved with the fight of the scaffold that's going on between Engr McCain, Pastor Tunde Bakare, and FFK yesterday. And to the glory of God, all that has been buried now. Thank God for a prompt intervention of very nice people that I spoke to yesterday. We managed to put that behind us. Because we cannot have argument now. This is not the time to fight. This is not the time to argue. This is not the time to start exposing all the unnecessary things. This is not the time. Especially when we seems to have the likes of Christopher Kolade, Olusegun Obasanjo, Soyinka, Afe Babalola, and the likes of them on our sides in this struggle. We seem to have them. Maybe you don't know. We have the kings. Hi, Ade Thomas of Heritage Television can tell you things that you don't know because I have to go and find out. Yesterday, I was the meeting, 4 hours meeting, marathon meeting. And then we finished that one, we started another one. That was about 2.5 hours. So altogether, I was meeting for 6 hours yesterday. 6 hours. This is what pains me. For everything I do so much background work about it. I just don't come out and blow grammar and talk jargons. I don't give fake news. I don't give incorrect, inaccurate informations. I give very accurate informations. Okay, what happened to our historian professor? Why did they get it? Why did they not talk about this? They can't. Because they're writing for a master. Who are these masters? They're lecturers. They're their own professors. Who has to agree to what they were writing? If you say someone lives 900 years in Yoruba land, they will tell you you're lying. But they can come back and say Metisela lived so many years. That's nonsense. If it's good for the Jangas, it's good for the Jaguns. That's my own say. People will always argue, no matter what. I have people I argue with. I have people that complain about me. I have people that doesn't like me. But that's not the end of the world. I have people I don't like too. And I have people I argue with too. So if two people are arguing, and Yoruba, so be it. My fingers, they're not equal. So because we have a different structure. Yoruba people have a different structure to other tribe. The Fulani, they have a command structure. The Yoruba have independent structure. Yoruba has freedom of expression, freedom of intent, freedom of speech. You have a right to live your life the way you want it. Because there's something called check and balances before, which we try, now we put in the bin. The check and balances we used to have then is our traditional ways of life. The horo, the egungun, the alagemos, the agos, agon. If you know what agon is, let me know. That's something I want to know today. You have to be really indigenous to know what agon is. Let me go on Facebook to see whether people are answering that question. If you know what agon is, let me know straight away, because I want to know. Anybody? Agon. All these people here today, even African Best, seems to be young ones, because normally it's supposed to be African First is supposed to be the first one that tell me the meaning of agon, but it's not saying anything. It's hiding behind his pens, his keyboards. Don't go and Google it, or you won't find it on Google. This one is different. It passed Google straight away. You have to ask the whole people in their 70s like me that knows what agon means. I'm waiting. Anybody out there that knows anything about, if you know agon, call me. Let's talk about agon before we continue. Let's talk about agon. But while we're waiting for the agon story to come, let's look at this one. The second projector, the Yoruba projector. Then you're supposed to know agon then, yeah? It's on its way. I believe it should be ready shortly. They're working tirelessly on it. The one that is here now, the force majeure one. What figure are we on? I want to say a very big thank you, because you people amazed me. 3 days ago it was less than 3,000. You managed to put 2,000 on it straight away, which I'm very happy about. So today we have 4,315. Remember African Fest? The other day we were looking at 2,200 and something, right? And we were clamoring for 3,000. we managed to push it to 3,000 there and there. So today we're gonna try and push it to 3,500 to 4,500 or 5,000 even. With your help, we can push this end apartheid Nigeria by restoring the self-determination right of ethnic nationalities. The 1999 Constitution, we need to put it up to, with your help, we can put it up to 5,000 today before we finish the program. Egungun. What kind of egungun? That's too open. That's too open. What kind of egungun it is? Yeah, someone said masquerade, someone said egungun. What kind of egungun it is? And what is the characteristics of agon? I know you signed it. I saw your name there, bro. I saw your name there. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank everyone that signed it because you just amazed me, because I was looking for 3,000 that night. And within an hour, we'll probably get about 3,500, nearly 3,600 or 3,700 that night, which is fantastic. You people amazing. Really, I know you guys want to actually leave. You don't want to be a slave anymore. So, the Agon one is what we're talking about now. The Agon one, yeah? Agon. I know it's a Egungun. What is the characteristic of Agon? What kind of Egungun is this? I'm waiting, still waiting. On the Agon case, I'm waiting patiently. On the Agon case, I'm waiting patiently. I'm waiting for the Agon one. I'm waiting, please, guys. And if you know this song, you're supposed to know what Agon is. This one. You know that song? So if you know this song, automatically you know Agon. You guys are quiet about this Agon thing. You're very, very quiet about it. It means you don't know what Agon is. You just assume it's a Agon. What is the characteristics of Agon? And there's another day in Yoruba language that says, Ogun ọmọdé ò lè ṣeré fógun ọdún. Please do me a favor. I don't have a watch party anymore. Please do me a favor by sharing this program. And if you have a watch party, you will help me out by doing watch party on this program, please. Very important. Let's do watch party on this program so that more people can see it. And wherever you are on the surface of the planet Earth, please share for me. Oh, that one looks like David Hamilton, concerned man. That one looks like David Hamilton. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like his signature on that thing. Don't mind my height too much left. I have to control the program as well. I can't believe this Agon is coconut tree. Wow. In your dreams, sir. Oh man. Oh, God of mercy. Agon is coconut tree. Because I played that song doesn't mean it is. Engr, thank you for trying. It's a good thing to try. It's a very, very good thing to try. I'm gonna go back to where we come from. All these people fighting now They're not even from Ibadan. All of us fighting, all of us struggling. Bakari, Inkodumaki, FFK, and they also fought that fighting in London. They're not even from Ibadan. Because Diaspora is Ibadan. No, Agbon, that is Agbon, not Agbon. Agbon, not I didn't talk about Agbon. Agbon is coconut tree. Agbon is actually coconut. But we're talking about Agbon, the form of masquerade, yes. But what kind of masquerade? Oh God of mercy, someone's a masquerade clothes. I will bring a king to your house. I bring a king to your house and give you 16 medogun. I'm a teacher when I was young. Felix Onibokureme, so rest in peace, was my math teacher then. And this is what he says every time. Manuel Mendogun. He's a Bendelite, so he doesn't know how to even say the Mendogun properly. But it's fun of it. Okay, let's go back to where we are. So I said our problem is lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. We're not knowledgeable enough to do most of the things we think we're doing. It was a big shame. It's a very, very big shame. Because we think we know. When I'm doing something I didn't tell you or inform you, it doesn't mean I'm wrong. I might choose not to tell you what I'm doing. It's not everything I'm doing I have to tell you, or I have to go on top of the mountain and tell you. I am so happy from yesterday when I had all these things that was going on. Did you see my poster at the beginning of the show? This one there. Did you see that? That's a village boy, isn't it? Eh? Also Bàùnté wòlú. Some of us as village, we're actually villagers. But we thought we're little village boy that can grow up and become somebody. But we're so foolish that we just keep a mentality of stupidity in our brain. We kept a spirit of stupidity in our brain, and that's what we just carry about. Sorry, I have to use this one. It's copyright. I think the copyright belongs to Liberty something. Oh, yeah. I have to use it. So, we've left before. We've left the Fulani before, and we're going to leave them again. We left them about 2,000 years ago before, and we're still going to leave them again. And who are the Fulanis? Asiatic Africa, they call them. Asiatic Africa, initially. Asiatic Africans. Asiatic Africa. Let me see if I can Google that one. Asiatic Africans. Or they call it Afro-Asiatic race. Yeah, Afro-Asiatic, Asiatic Africa or Afro-Asiatic. You can Google it. It's there. How did it come to being? This one surprised me. Black woman has always been naughty, you know. I was shocked. I was very shocked. Yes. Thank you very much. Did you go with that or? There's no price today. There's no price today. Okay, so Asiatic Africa are actually the people that part of them are Fulanese. Yes. You know how they come about? Some naughty African women slept with the Asian guys and produce these people, and they have afro hair, the curly hair. You see, I'm doing a lot of research, you know. I'm working out on this project. Even the Arab, there was no Arab before. There was no Arab before. You need to go and find out, bro. There's no Arab before. There wasn't Arab before. There's no Arab. There's nobody called Arab sometimes ago. It's all about crossbreeding. One of our great grandfather said about 6,000 years ago. No, they don't come from Egypt. Ilé kan bá ń tò ọmọ àlè bẹ́ẹ̀ kò tí dàgbà ni ọmọ àlè làwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀ wọ́n ti wá dàgbà nísìn wọ́n ti wá ń dá wàhálà lẹ̀ láàrin ìlú wa. I told you that some few years ago, some many years ago, the Yoruba are the sole occupier of Africa. Because Yoruba we have independent structure. We don't have command structure. If we have command structure, it would have been better. But because we have independent structure, independent chain of command, so everybody is allowed to do whatever they like. That's why Yoruba will always grasp one another. Everybody is my big buff. Everybody big by IT. Everybody big by IT. One by Jenny. But big by care. Everybody big by care. One by Jenny. But big by tailor. Everybody big by tailor. But big by hairdresser. Everybody big by hairdresser. But big by Odu. Everybody want not big by Odu. Not by any. No, it was a mixture of outside Africa and Africans. It was a mixture of both Africans and non-Africans. The Africans are women. They don't have a home. That's why they roam. That's why they roam. That's why they now look at it and say, hey, 5,000 years ago, when we reconcile, or when we I think we reconcile with them, or the struggle start 5,000 years ago, because we used to be together and then we left. Everybody split, like we want to split now. We've split that before. And something happens and they manage to con themselves back in. And that's why their boss say this time around they're not gonna just accept whatever we do now. They just want to dip the Quran, which is a gimmick. It's not about Quran. There's Quran in Lagos already. There's Quran in Abeokuta. There's Quran in Badon. There's Quran in Shogbo. There's Quran everywhere in the Yoruba land. Because we don't do religions. Religions don't split Yoruba people. Yoruba people are very tolerant. And the tolerance is causing a lot of problem for us. We're so full of ourselves, we just do whatever we like. We say whatever we like. Without listening, without learning. I can come out today and tell you that you are Jack Robinson, even though you are not Jack Robinson. And there's nothing anybody could do about it. Because there's no command structure. Yes, they're that mission, Vendetta. They reckon they were both entitled because of their mothers. If you're telling me Yoruba are confined to the southwest of Nigeria, why do we have them in southern Kaduna? Why do we have them in Kenya? Indigenous, not migrants. Indigenous, not migrants. Why do we have them in South Africa? Why do we have them in South Sudan? They're in Ghana, they're in Togo. Indigenous. That's why they Djibouti said they from Wadai, South Sudan. His mother was from there, not the father. So how can the Djibouti come from there? When you're not British, when you're British, you take the nationality of your mother. Where we come from, the kids take the nationality of their father. Wow. Thank you very much, my brother. That is why you managed to get it, because of your name heritage. I thank you that you haven't changed your name to Oyiboneye. Thank you for not changing your name to that. That is true. Agon is the first masquerade that came out at the beginning of this Egungun festival. And nobody's allowed to see it. Nobody. They will make announcements. Don't come out. Somebody on Facebook has actually got it right now. Don't come out. Nobody must see it. It's normally accompanied by Oro as well. They are going. I think Ago goes in the front and the follower comes in the back, or the follower goes in the front and they comes at the back. I've witnessed them in I think in Ota long time ago, and maybe 2 times in Abeokuta as well. Thank you very much, brother. Well, I have to applaud you. I have to applaud you. Thank you very much. We just don't talk here, we learn from each other. I learn from you, you learn from me. And I learn from all this paperwork that I've taken from our fathers back home. If you're enjoying this program, let me see a thumb up for me. Thumb up. Please hit the like button. If you are seriously enjoying it, hit the like button. If you're not enjoying it, please hit the dislike button. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button. If you're not enjoying it, please hit the dislike button. The dream of Usman Namfodio, as what that the Fulani will last for only 200 years has already lapsed. The Fulani are desperate to make sure Usman Namfodio dream does not come to pass. Yeah. I tell you what, it might come to pass. because of the way they're doing it. Thumb up for you too, African First, and to thumb up for everybody else on the platform. I've only got 3 on addition on YouTube. We're 33, and I've only got 10 on Facebook. So we should have more than that. We have a teacher some few days ago that said you have to close the thing and go close the chat and then hit the like and then come back, because with the chat you won't see the like button on YouTube. That's why it's like that sometimes. And the Fulani know this. They're desperate to keep the Yoruba around, because if Yoruba is not around, then their 200 years is gone. They won't be there anymore. They won't be there anymore at all. So they're desperate to keep the Yoruba. That's why they will do everything possible to keep you around. Oh my word, I haven't shared to anybody. I'm so sorry for that. Fulani are the product of bastardization of our women. I have to ask Daddy, I said, what was the meaning of bastardization? Our people are so full of either themselves or their group. They're not full of Yoruba's interest. They're full of their Engr and full of themselves. They're either fighting for their Engr or fighting for themselves. That's a typical Yoruba man. They're not fighting for themselves, they're fighting for their pocket or their group. And it's still happening. And it's causing trouble. And it's messing people up. And it's a big, massive shame. I look at it every time. I said, why is this like this? Our daddy, Pastor Tony Bakare, Ika Odumake, they all fighting for themselves. You think they're fighting for Yoruba people? Politics in Nigeria is calculations. Pastor Tony is calculating that, look, I have to make sure, because the Fulani promised 3 Yorubas presidency in 2023. They're having a laugh. And they're gonna team every one of them against each other. And they've started. And see which one can cause trouble in Yoruba land more. And the one that caused trouble is the one they're gonna give it to. Because they don't want peace in Yoruba land. With peace in Yoruba land, they finish. And Ruriwa. They don't want peace because they know with peace they're finished. I'm actually in-house fighting. I'm actually in-house fighting. I'm That's the difference. And that's what makes a difference between the NSAS people and we, the middle age, and the old ones. Because there's no infight among the youth. But among us, Allah. Infighting, in-house fighting every time. Ima babija shani bima basija, efma bakeja, everybody will fight everybody. Because we don't have brain, we don't think, we don't reason. That's in Barawaja. In continue ka Barawaja lérò. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi. Gbàtà sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi nǹkan ṣogun mọ́ mi lára ni. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi. Èmi ló bá wí. Èmi ó waste time ara ẹ̀. Mi ní dẹ́ lóhùn. Tàbí kí n kọrin fún ẹ kí ni aṣọ ọjà mi ti ya ó ti ya ó ti ya aṣọ ìjà mi ti ya. Tí n bá bẹ́ ìjà kò sẹ́ni tó lè bá mi jà náà. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè bú mi sí. It's my choice. It's what I want. You can abuse me from now till tomorrow for your information. Start tomorrow and see what happens. I wouldn't respond because I will look at you as a waste of time and space. And just look at you and laugh and smile. I will even share you. I will make sure I share your abuse of me. No bloodletting. Believe me sincerely. The calculations is different to what is going on in reality. What is going on underground is different from what is going on outside for everybody to see. What is playing out underneath is completely different. What is playing out on outside, yes, there will be bloodletting. But what goes on underground that we don't need to abuse the kings anymore is more important. Towards the end of January or very early in February, there will be a high-powered delegation leaving Nigeria to travel the world for about 2 months. And that will finish everything. That will finish everything. That will completely finish everything. Bro, that is 100% true, sir. That is 100% true. People don't know. Lack of knowledge is our problem. Because we can't. If I let you out on some of the things that go on in the background, the next day everybody will go online and start blowing their trumpet on top of the hill. No, we don't want that. Let it materialize and you can hear it. Yes, Yoruba. We can't get rid of them. They're part of us. Everybody that's causing infighting, they're part of us. They might be causing infighting today. Their brain is used to. True. You know that? So we can't get rid of them. And remember, they are our friends too. We might be having issues today. Sometimes we're not having issues. So we're not going to use that and use it to fight them or to antagonize them or do anything. We're just going to forget it and go on and move on. Let it be. Anybody that wants to do things one way or the other, let them do it. It's their problem. It's like anybody that wants to abuse me or curse me or say Jack Robinson to me, let them do it. Anybody that wants to talk me down, let them do it. I'm not looking for praise from man. I'm not looking for reward from anybody. I'm looking for God to reward me. Like Iba Ganedam would say. I don't think he said he's not looking for man to reward him. So it doesn't matter what you say about him, he doesn't care. You know how many people abuse President Banji on a daily basis? By the way, I believe Abikade will be speaking to President Banji on the 1st of January. It's going to be passing on the New Year message to all of us on that day. I believe she's on top of that. And it's going to make way for us. It's going to make things better. Everything is going to be better. regardless of what you want to do, regardless of where you stand, regardless of what you're doing, even if you're truncating it at the moment, you're wasting your time. You're completely wasting your time because it won't work. Because there's a better way of doing things which we're doing, which we're working on the ground, which is going to materialize. So it doesn't matter whether you do it right or you do it wrongly. Your effort is just complementing what is being done. You're not the sole person doing it. You're just part of it. You're just part of the system. And Pastor Bakari is playing a craft game, political craft game, which is entitled, Baba is entitled to that. Baba is entitled to it. Inka is entitled to his opinion. And FKK is entitled to his own opinion as well. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Remember what I said to you? We have independent structure in Yoruba land. Independent structure. You're allowed to do what you like. You're allowed to say what you want. But it would be better if you use the brain God gives you. Even the lion, the hyena use brain. When they want to take their kill, they take their kill by the throat. And it's better for them. And they have a command structure. The lion has a command structure. Even the baboons has a command structure. They don't have independent structure. But the Yoruba has independent structure. That's what makes it easy for everybody to do all the Jack Robinson thing they like. That's why they can abuse you and you abuse them back. But why do you want to abuse people back? Let them say it. Nobody can stop us from securing Oduduwa land, because I will tell you what happens. The original owners of Yoruba land as incarnate, and they're fighting the struggle themselves. Because what is in this for me? For me to abandon my thing and start doing this? There's nothing in there for me. Nobody is paying my electricity. Nobody is paying my internet. Nobody is supporting me, apart from if they want to start today. Or my friends and family. A couple of days ago, I said, some people said the Eastern Security Network is better. And I said, yes, it's better because the people put money into it. When you have Yoruba people to pay, to put money into the GoFundMe, you know what happened? Some of us talkers come out and say something against it. I said to somebody, maybe African Best or KP, I said, how much are you going to put in GoFundMe? £20? And you want to know what they spend the money for? What nonsense is that? You want to put £100 in the GoFundMe, you want to know what they spend it on? What nonsense is that? So if everybody that put £20 wants to know what they use the money for, what about the administration of knowing? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Because you want to put to, do you think every Igbos, every IPOB member that put money into that thing knows what they spend the money on? I revealed some few weeks ago, I said, Nnamdi Kanu gets £6,000 a month for doing what he's doing. Because they want to make sure he's doing it properly. And nobody's complaining because he's doing a fantastic job. And they have billions. So you contribute £10,000 into a billion fund. And you don't want to know what they do it for? What nonsense is that? You know how many £10,000 that's going to be in billions? So how many people would they be accountable to? Let's be fair and reasonable. Let's be fair. Let's be honest. There's so money you put in the church. Do you know what they use the money for? You're not asking that. For your own protection, you want to know what they use the money for. Ẹgbẹ́ Ọlọ́run wàhálà ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, lórílẹ̀-èdè Oòduà wàhálà ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Agbára Ọlọ́run àti ní agbára àwọn tó tẹ̀lé ayé dó, ọba tó dá gbogbo ènìyàn dáwọ̀ rárá ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run àti gbogbo èèyàn lẹ́yìn kò ní tì wọ́n lójú. Ọlọ́run àti gbogbo wa lẹ́yìn. You know what? If you do the right stuff, we'll get to where we're going quicker and better. I said the Northerners, the Fulanis, they promised 3 Yoruba people the presidency in 2023. They promised Fayemi, they promised Abakar, and they promised Tinubu. And whoever betray his own people, for you, we betray you for others as well. All our leaders that's gonna speak before they're coming back home. Some people will come and say, when Obasanjo was there for 8 years and then the previous one, he didn't do anything for Yoruba people. Do you know how tight his hand was to his back? You know how the Kaba works by now if you're in this agitation? You know how things work. You might be the figurehead, but between me and you, you're useless. Completely useless. Because you can't make decisions on your own. That is why President Jackie came out some few days ago and said, we don't want to talk to, we only want to talk to the principals of Nigeria. The principals of Nigeria. i.e. the president and the vice president. We don't want you to send no minister of information. After all the submission and jargons and talking, he said, oh, okay, we had what you said. We're going to go and report back to our principals. We don't want that. Because I waste time, not only waste time, it's a sort of bureaucracy that they used to cheat people with. Who are you? Who are you? What are you up to? What are you doing? What is motivating you? Is it what you want to achieve yourself? Or what you want Yoruba nation to achieve? It's so shameful. Damn shameful. That we find ourselves in this situation. Only because some of us are too greedy, self-centered. Afemi. Yoruba des ni afemi lo ba encore je to fiste. MD Yusuf, chairman of the Arewa Consultative Forum in 2002, said Yoruba will leave unless you do the needful for them, because they are in so much agony. And we were not in agony in 2002 compared to what we are in now. Unless you restructure the country, unless you divide the country. If you don't want to divide, you need to restructure, and restructure on time. If you're late in restructuring that you've done now, then you're in trouble, because everything is totally bastardized and messed up. There's nothing bad about being independent structure, but we abuse it. It's open to abuse. When the Shokmono, Shogoya, and all those things are not there anymore. When they were there, people obey the rules of law. People don't go and steal another person's property unnecessarily. There's a meeting on the 21st of January. If it goes well, it goes well. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has stayed with me on this program today. I really enjoy your company. I'm going to be closing it shortly. Because it's not how long we had the program for that matters. It's what we've been able to take home. Like I said earlier on, we have Yoruba people occupying Ife, Ethiopia, Kenya, Southern Kaduna, Jos, and part of Igbo. Not by migration, but by indigenous. If you want to know about the mummy in Ijebu, the story of mummy in Ijebu, ask Professor Ogunye. He has first-hand information about it. The engineer. Asiatic Africa is another language I've had today. If you know how to abuse people, if you know how to abuse the elders, if you know how to abuse anybody that doesn't follow your instructions, your way, you suspect, go on, keep doing it. It's not a problem. There's always Waterloo for people. Don't forget to share the program, like it, share it, like it, share it, like it, share it, like it, and let's get it rolling. God bless you, and I hope to see you very, 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 very shortly again on any of our program on Narrative Television. Thank you, and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa Nation.
Iṣẹ́ wa